Hi students, how are you? Hope you are all doing good. I am very happy to meet you all through this digital platform. Did you enjoy the previous class? What's the title of the lesson? Nutrition in plants. Now I welcome you all to the next part of the lesson. See the picture. Note the color of the hand and the leaves. Hand is brown in color, leaves are green in color. Students, the hand has the coloring pigment called melanin, which gives that color to the hand. As you know, leaves have chlorophyll that gives green color to the leaves. Now one question. Can we make our own food? No. Why? Plants can make their own food. Then why can't we? We too have coloring pigments. We can get carbon dioxide from air. We can take water even in a bottle. If we go outside, we can get sunlight also. Then what? Why can't we? How plants alone can make their own food? Think. Did you find the answer? Yes. Plants can do the magical process called photosynthesis. Students, the topics we are going to see today are photosynthesis and synthesis of plant food other than carbohydrates. In first topic, we are going to see the requirements, process, importance and equation of photosynthesis. Also occurrence of photosynthesis in desert plants, plants with colored leaves and algae. What are the major nutrients you know? Carbohydrates, proteins, fats. In second part, we are going to see how plants synthesize that nutrients. Before starting these topics, let us recall a little bit the topics taught last week. Students, did you revise the topics discussed in the last week? See the pictures. In the first picture, the plant doesn't need anyone to feed it. So its mode of nutrition is what? Autotrophic. In the second picture, the baby needs someone to feed it. So its mode of nutrition is heterotrophic. Now, can you define the terms? The living organisms which can make their own food are called as autotrophs. Example, plants. The living organisms which cannot make their own food and depend on plants or other animals are heterotrophs. Example, some plants and all other animals. See the leaf. Beautiful, isn't it? What's the special name of the leaves? Yes, food factories. What's the reason? A plant has different parts, but leaves only make food for the plant. Other living organisms also directly or indirectly depend on the plants for their food. So leaves are called as food factories. Next, what did you learn? What are the requirements for photosynthesis? Sunlight, chlorophyll, water, carbon dioxide. Also, you learnt about the structure of the cell, stomata, guard cells, and their functions. I think you are all very clear in that last week topic. In the beginning, I asked you one question, no? Why can't we make our own food? We too have coloring pigment. But students, only chlorophyll has the power to trap the energy from sunlight and then use it to start the food making process, photosynthesis. Plant cells have special organelles called plastids: chloroplast, chromoplast, leucoplast. In this, photosynthesis can take place only in the plant cells which contain chloroplast, because chloroplast only contains the chlorophyll, the green color pigment that can absorb the sunlight. Then chromoplast has different color pigments: red, orange, and yellow. Leucoplast has no pigments. In this, the chromoplast, no, they only give the different colors to the flowers and fruits. You will study about this in your higher classes. Sun. Sunlight is the very much important for photosynthesis. The solar energy is captured by the leaves for making food. This food is used by plant and also by other animals. See the food chain. Both producer and other consumers, herbivore, omnivore, carnivore, all get energy from the sun in the form of food. So now you can clearly understand that sun is the ultimate source of energy for living organisms, all living organisms. If there is no sun, no photosynthesis, then what? No life on the earth. Photosynthesis is a unique process on the earth. Photo means light, synthesis means to combine. This food making process can take place only in the presence of sunlight. So it is called as photosynthesis. Without photosynthesis, life is impossible on the earth. Now, we know that the plant needs sunlight and chlorophyll to start photosynthesis. What else? Carbon dioxide. It is taken from the air. It comes inside the leaf through stomata. Then water. It is absorbed by the root and sent to the leaves. You know, water is made up of oxygen and hydrogen. Now can we see the process? The chlorophyll absorbs the light energy and use it to split the water molecule into oxygen and hydrogen. The hydrogen combines with carbon dioxide to make glucose. The oxygen which is then released into the air. The glucose is food for plants. And the excess glucose is stored in plants in the form of starch, which is used directly or indirectly by all living things. The oxygen is needed by all living things to stay alive. Photosynthesis can be written as an equation. Carbon dioxide combines with water in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight to give sugars and oxygen. Here glucose is formed, a simple form of carbohydrate, but it is stored as starch. That is also a type of carbohydrate. Apart from leaves, can any other part of a plant prepare food by photosynthesis? Yes, in desert plants, stems carry out photosynthesis. We have already studied in 6th standard now. Their leaves are modified into spines to reduce the loss of water through transpiration. They have fleshy and green stems to carry out photosynthesis. See the picture. The leaves are in different color. The leaves other than green also have chlorophyll. The large amount of red, brown and other pigments hide the green color. Photosynthesis takes place in these leaves also. Have you seen green patches in ponds or in other stagnant water bodies? These are generally formed by the growth of organisms called algae. Why algae are green in color? Which gives them the green color? Yes, chlorophyll. So they can also prepare their own food by photosynthesis. You know, a species of sea slug, it can also carry out photosynthesis. It doesn't have chloroplast, But it takes genes from the algae to perform photosynthetic process just like a plant. Students, now we are going to see an experiment to prove that sunlight is essential for photosynthesis. For that, you have to recall an experiment. In 6th standard, already you have studied to test the food materials, whether they have carbohydrates or fats or proteins. To test carbohydrate, you have to add iodine solution with that. Why iodine solution? It is an indicator that turns blue-black in color in the presence of starch. Okay, now let us see the experiment. For these materials required, a healthy potted plant, watch glass, test tube, 2 beakers with water, iodine solution, alcohol, black papers, Bunsen burner, forceps, tripod stand, dropper. Process. Take a healthy potted plant and keep it in dark room for 24 hours to de-starch. After 24 hours, take it out. Cover one of its leaves on the upper and lower sides with black paper pieces. Put the plant in sunlight for 3 to 4 hours. After 3 to 4 hours, remove the black paper. Now boil this leaf in water to kill it. Why boil in water? To stop its chemical reactions. Now boil it in alcohol. Why alcohol? To decolorize. So we can see the color change properly. Now wash the leaf in cold water and keep it in a watch glass. Now pour some drops of iodine solution. The leaf which has been exposed to sunlight will turn blue. There is no change of color in the remaining part. Students, we are going to see another experiment to show that chlorophyll is essential for photosynthesis. For this experiment, we have to take a plant having leaves with green and some other color. Please remember, only chlorophyll gives green color to the leaves and it has the power to trap sunlight. For this experiment also, we need iodine solution. Why? Iodine solution will give blue-black color with starch. If starch is there, what it means? It will prove the occurrence of photosynthesis. Now let us see the experiment to show that chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. Materials required. A plant with different colored leaves, watch glass, test tube, 2 beakers with water, iodine solution, alcohol, white paper, Bunsen burner, forceps, tripod stand, dropper. Process. Pluck a leaf and keep it on watch glass. Take a white sheet, keep the leaf on that and draw the outline. Now mark the green and non-green areas carefully. Now boil the leaf in water to stop the chemical reactions. Again boil it in alcohol to decolorize. Then only we can see the color change properly. Take the leaf carefully. Wash it in cold water. Keep it in the watch glass. Add a few drops of iodine. Compare the leaf with the drawing you had made. The area in green changes into blue. Other areas? No. So it will prove the occurrence of photosynthesis. Just now we have learnt plants synthesize carbohydrates by the process photosynthesis. Carbohydrates are made of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Students, plants need to synthesize proteins and fats also. But proteins and fats are nitrogenous compounds which contain nitrogen. From where do plants get nitrogen? From air? No. Almost 3/4 of the air is made of nitrogen. But this gaseous nitrogen in the air cannot be used by animals and plants. The nitrogen has to be fixed so that it can be used by plants. This process of converting atmospheric nitrogen to something that the plants can take up is called nitrogen fixation. Once nitrogen is fixed, it can be absorbed and used by plants. As animals directly or indirectly depend on plants for their food, nitrogen enters their body too. Okay, how does this nitrogen from air get fixed into the soil? There are special bacteria that can do this. The bacteria changes nitrogen into a compound that the plants can absorb through the soil with their roots. This nitrogen then gets used to synthesize the needed nutrients. This special bacteria lives in the roots of some plants. When they can fix nitrogen in a way that the plant can absorb it. Students, legumes are protein-rich food. Why? This special nitrogen-fixing bacteria called rhizobium lives in the roots of the leguminous plants. You will study about this in the 4th unit of this lesson under the topic symbiotic relationship. Farmers also add fertilizers to the soil to make it rich with minerals like potassium, nitrogen, sulfur, magnesium, calcium. In this way, plants fulfill their requirements and can synthesize proteins and fats. Nitrogen fixation also occurs naturally during lightning and rains, volcanic eruptions. Chlorophyll traps the sunlight and starts the process of photosynthesis. Sunlight, ultimate source of energy for all living organisms. Photosynthesis. Plants prepare their own food by this process. If there is no photosynthesis, life is impossible on the earth. When all raw materials, carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight are available, the chloroplast in the leaves synthesize the food. Carbon dioxide combines with water to form sugar and oxygen. Several simple sugar molecules are linked together to form a larger molecule called starch. In desert plants, stems carry out photosynthesis. Multicolored leaves and algae have chlorophyll and can prepare their own food. Plants synthesize proteins and fats by getting nitrogen through nitrogen fixation and from fertilizers. Children, the overall process of photosynthesis has been known for 300 years, but it's quite a complex thing. However, scientists are still doing a lot of research to find out what exactly happens. One more thing, how plants take care of themselves and help others. You also should take care of yourself and others during this COVID-19 pandemic situation. Thank you. Students, it's activity time. First question. In the process of photosynthesis, which of the following energy conversion occur? Solar energy is changed into chemical energy. Solar energy is changed into mechanical energy. Bioenergy is converted into chemical energy. Chemical energy is changed into light energy. Yes, A is the correct answer. Solar energy is changed into chemical energy. In the plant cactus, leaves are modified into branches, spines, leaf vein, pitcher. B is the correct answer, spines. If iodine is dropped on the boiled leaf, it gives blue-black color due to the presence of starch, protein, fat, vitamin. What's the answer? Starch. Here also I have given the answers. You can check that. Students, second activity, crossword. Questions are here. You can check the answers here. Students, please find out and define the scientific terms in the topic. Hope you all have enjoyed this class. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.